It's the Ravens and the reigning AFC champs. All that and more coming up next.
The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Today, we have an all-AFC meeting between the Baltimore Ravens and the home team. One step away from playing for the AFC title. This divisional round contest is underway. Tucker now on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, the standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player, most exciting player, not just in his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Pistol snap to Jackson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
So critical, Kate, on those receiver screens to get that ball out with great precision. You don't want that receiver thinking about anything but navigating the box in front of him. That's well done by everybody.
Middle. Play action. Here's Jackson. Flushed out of the pocket. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Shut up!
They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. The run nets them 9, so a little easier for them now. It's 3rd and 7.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you're that close to breaking off an explosive one, you'll really break the backs of the defense.
Jackson now on 3rd. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And this will put an end to the drive after it's stalled out. And he can't hurt you with the return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? This one flies out right around the 15-yard line. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. And we're going to look at their QB. I know my partner, Bronk Heward's excited about this guy, one of the league's few lefties at the position.
He's one of the select group of quarterbacks where when he takes the field, everyone, and I mean everyone, takes notice. He's part of the game's elite, the game's most important position. And it really is a spectacle, Kate, anytime he leads an offense out, because you know he's capable of plays that other quarterbacks in this league simply cannot make.
And this one does not go far. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Lone back gets the handoff. Works the sideline to the 30. And he's finally brought down just a yard shy of midfield. Give him 32 on that play. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Those outside runs so critical for running back, quarterback, O-line to hit their targets. They got a target area to expose that defense and make the most of it. And that offense just put on display some teaching tape for it.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Let's go. Check go.
Back to throw. Has it downfield working the left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on first down? And a fresh set of downs on its way. They have themselves another first and 10.
Here we go. Shot.
Setting up a throw. Forced out to his right. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Ready. Go.
Back to throw now. And he loses control of the interception in the end zone. Could have taken away some potential points, but instead, new life. Third down.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Ready.
Third and long for him here. Gets it to him on the screen. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for Raiders first.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
Here we go. Hot.
Working inside the red zone. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown! The Raiders have a great first drive and get the game's first points. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when he could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Tucker now on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And that return ends, but they are very happy about it. Offense taking over all the way down near the opposition's 45. Football on that 47-yard line. First down. Out of the gun. Here's Jackson. Throws off the rip, but it's incomplete.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Lamar now from the gun. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money, a lot of glamour in this league, but today, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
Here he is on third and long. Short pass brought in. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field. Keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. Now for the second time this game, we get a look at the Raiders' offense. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And, Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
And it's a nice gain on the run, aided by that broken tackle. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Ready up!
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They're throwing it. He lets one fly deep down. They connect on the deep shot. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Vegas. The Raiders pull out in front further. 13-zip. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side defensively they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
PAT effort coming up. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Baltimore running its offense out now. And they need some kind of score here, Brock, to keep this from getting away from them on the road in the postseason. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Blitz coming here. Jackson. It's complete to Whittington. Ooh, play didn't develop like he needed. He goes out behind the line.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more.
Back at beginning of the 2nd quarter, Ravens in possession. They have 2nd and pretty long here. From the gun, Jackson. Roll it. And they get Jones. He's trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Hey, you give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player on that defense now their 4th sack of this game credit. Because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And have them staring at a tough 4th down. Baltimore lined up in punt formation. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. He'll take it in short of midfield. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Raiders and this running back headed back out for a new series. And And while one sideline has 0 points, this offense, wow, they have had 0 issues so far getting into that end zone.
They are rolling right now, Kate, and unless there's a speed bump on the immediate horizon, things are at risk of getting out of hand.
Nice game left side. And he will take this in. Touchdown! The Raiders take a 20-zip lead. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he can rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
Looking to tack on the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders stretch their lead to 21. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Tucker now on the return. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Hey, report! Report! Sit up!
Pressure coming. It's Jackson. That one complete to Whittington. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
2nd and 3 now.
Sit up! Sit up!
From the gun, it's Robinson. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop. 3rd and just 2 to go.
Hey!
We send a man in motion. 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. That's caught for the first. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too. I think you're trying to stack them only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
An option give to Robinson. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Lamar off the play fake. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Okay. Starting to feel bad for this quarterback and his family because he is just taking a beating before our eyes.
Into a ton of traffic, and this one's intercepted. Sauce Gardner with the INT. And the Raiders take over inside the 35 after the interception and a spirited return. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Set!
Airing it out to start this drive. Throw left side, complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown! is a word broadcasters hesitate to use for a lot of reasons, but 4 touchdowns in 4 drives, Brock. I think we can throw it out here. Perfection thus far.
Yeah, this game will humble you at this level. I mean, this is the best of the best playing it, and you don't normally see this kind of execution and this kind of efficiency, so I understand that word perfection. I will remind everybody, though, it's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders grow their lead yet again. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. The turn starts at the 9. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And this drive, they need to come up with some type of answer because, well, Brock, we can almost hear those engines starting to gear up. They might have a boat race coming.
Yeah, I think everybody in the building can feel it. This has been so momentous one way, and as a competitor, you have got to stop that slide.
First down, here's Lamar. Completes it, Bijan Robinson. And a massive... Get that first down.
Something out of nothing, Kate. That may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
180. Sit up. Sit up.
Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. Finds him over the middle. And he didn't get much time to secure it as he takes a shot. Good job to even hang on through that catch there.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Finding Flowers. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders' side of the field. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Shotgun snap to get to Robinson. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Give him 3 on that gain. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Oakland. It's the Ravens who have 1st and 10.
Sit up. 180. Finish it up. Sit up.
Back to throw. Here's Jackson. They're able to drop him. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Trying again, following the sack. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Picked up by Fred Warner. And the Raiders will take over along the midfield stripe after the interception and return. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's going to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 31-yard play, and that's good for a Raiders first.
This dude was just not going to be stopped, not by the first defender, heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
Going to the ground again on first. And he rolls the tackler. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those
touchdown. The Raiders get more points to end a lopsided first half. Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFL running backs in this case.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those horses before they find pay dirt.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Tucker now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Ravens offense to the field for the final drive of this first half. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. It's first and drive of the half. We've got 23 seconds remaining. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. And I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line. We've reached halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. Now we'll go coast to coast. Jonathan Coachman standing by in our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville, where you see the final score there. All right, Kate, thanks very much. One of these two teams is going to move on to
Not
Travis
a big window for those
Etienne.
halftime speeches.
Two touchdown
They're
runs
right
to
back
lead
out
the
of
way.
the locker room and set to resume play with the third quarter. Half the battle complete, Brock, as we resume play here. A spot in our AFC Championship on the line. He stopped on the return at the 27. Out come the Raiders. They'll have it first to begin the third quarter. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has it with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Set. Ready.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Okay, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Hut, hut.
First down, and they go right back to him. It's a great extra effort to keep that run going for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Here we go. Set. Get up.
Here's 2nd and 2. Escapes the pocket. That's caught. He found some space. And he flips the field for that before being taken down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10.
Ready.
From the red zone now. He's on the move. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Raiders grow the lead coming out of halftime. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down, and that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. We see the Ravens making their way out now. And the open lanes, the beautiful windows that he no doubt drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Hey, hey. Right.
Going again is Lamar. Completed over the middle. He's got a gain of 6 there. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Alpha, sit on. 180. Finish shot.
A tight end in motion now.
Sit on.
Now Jackson on 3rd down. That sails over his target, incomplete, and now it's 4th down.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
They'll bring out the punter here. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. Broke through the tackle. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's scored as a 51-yard punt. And it'll be Raider football. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Go! Ready?
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Trying for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. There it is, touchdown Las Vegas. The Raiders can cruise to a win, growing that lead further. Spread the field and send him all deep, baby. All right, this might be a stupid question, Brock, but what makes that play call successful against an NFL secondary?
Yeah, because Four Verts is good against a college secondary, a high school secondary, a Pop Warner secondary, because it burdens and stresses that defense. And if you got people that can run and you got 4 choices to choose from, oftentimes you'll find one to hit on.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Brings in the kick at the 9. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. The Ravens trotting out their offense. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Ready? Sit up.
Play action. Here's Jackson. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Offense to the... down.
180. Sit on.
Here's Robinson up the middle. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. It's a gain of 4. They're going to need twice that now on 3rd and 8.
Ready? Sit on.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. That just misses the 50 mark. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Check out.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, he put everything he had. That's cut at the 25. And he's in. Touchdown. The Raiders keeping the pedal forward and adding 6 more. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
Now they'll try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders continue piling onto this lead. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Lamar now from the gun. Finds the in route complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood midfield after just one play. 1st and 10 around to Robinson. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage. A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front, maybe you give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
3rd and 4 coming up now.
180.
Shotgun snap to Jackson. Complete beyond the marker. And he's taken down at the 30. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
180.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
On second down, Robinson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Jackson now on third. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a big play on the ground. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And Brock, I'd say that's more of a moral victory than something that's really going to affect the deficit much.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Here's a return from the 7. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Raiders returning their offense and this running back to the field. They have been automatic scoring in this quarter, and yet another opportunity to do so here. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Let's go now.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead?
Ready?
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Shut up. Go.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Raiders first.
Set.
Back-to-back carries here. He crosses the 35. And he's down all the way to the 30. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Another carry for him. And he's brought down after taking this to the 26. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
7 Pirates, 7 Pop. Come on. Set. Get up.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Ready.
Pass play to call on 4th down. Oh, he's going to run for it. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. They'll keep this drive moving after a big 18-yard pickup on 4th down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Let's go.
First down from the red zone. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one.
Here we go, set.
He's going to throw this one. Buys time, rolling right, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
Oh, you hate that.
Okay,
They've even up some good yardage on this drive, Kate, and you get down in the red zone, and this is where you really got to stay on schedule. Let's give some credit to this defense. They know the job they got to do. Got to knock you back and make this now red zone attempt not much more difficult.
That one's incomplete in the end zone.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Ready, set.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone.
Go.
Back to throw, needing a first. And he finds him in the end zone for the touchdown. The Raiders throwing 6 more on the blowout. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Tucker now on the return. And he made a push for the 30-yard line before going out just a bit shy. Back out runs their offense. And all game they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here.
Ready. Ready, shot.
Motioning the tight end left.
Ready, shot.
On first down, Jackson. He's on the move. Pressure comes, and he's taken down. The Raiders got him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Let's be real clear. There is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes. And it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
Play didn't break how they wanted it, and he throws this away.
Real quick, ready.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Ready, shot. Out.
One of the tight ends in motion left. Jackson now, 3rd and long. Laying out for this one, and he makes the catch.
When coaches discuss their favorite plays of a game, I guarantee you this one's going to be on it. Not just because of the catch, but because of the effort to go lay out and bring in an off-target throw.
And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. And behind their leader out of the backfields, this is exactly the time. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Check go.
They'll come out throwing. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Let's go now.
Another try following the sack. He's trying to push the field. He's got it deep downfield. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Oakland. Raiders rolling here in Laffer. All right, here we go. Second down.
Sack. Ready.
Trying again following the sack. Caught, nice game left side. And the scoring will never end. It's another touchdown. The Raiders continue adding to an insurmountable lead. As he naps another touchdown, Brock, I gotta ask you, the former QB, is this the point where all the other guys who haven't scored or only have one touchdown today are coming over you and saying, bro, why aren't you looking for me? Throw me the football.
They may be saying it, but it's a little more of a look, Kate. Like, really? I mean, can I eat too? Do I get an opportunity to sit at the table? But when you got the rapport these two have right now and the confidence and the timing, boy, you look him up every chance you get.
Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. Now this offense getting set to work here. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for them.
Home already.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Come on, come on.
They put Flowers in motion right.
Come on.
1st down. Here's Lamar. Got it, man. Robinson has it. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Get on. Ready. Ready, set on. Out.
Lamar off the play fake. Dump off caught by his back. And he's tackled for a short gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
He has the first over the middle. And what a hit there. Alex, she faced the price for moving the chains that time.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Come on, come on. Yo. Come on.
Lamar throwing again. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Trent McDuffie in to pick it off. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook.
And that pass ball's incomplete. Well, they kept trying. They kept taking shots at the very end. But now we have reached that end. This one's over. put this in the win column for the Raiders. And they took care of business just as you'd expect a 1 seed to do. And they're going to get to stay at home another week and welcome in another opponent with a conference title on the line. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Raiders winners as we say so long from...